Hello everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome to our Cozy Home with Gina. This is another wonderful episode of Baking with Brian, and we are recording live with a live audience today. Thank you, audience. Appreciate that. Okay, today is very special, actually a few days late, but I am baking a cake for someone special. It is Gina's birthday. Gina's birthday was March 8th. So I'm baking her a cake. First ever time baking a cake for her. And she is going to get a very chocolate cake. All right. Now
we're going to have to kick some audience members out.
You need me to call for security?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Let me read the ingredients off of this cake. This is a black velvet cake. Okay. It is rich, dark, and luxuriously moist with a hint of chocolate from black cocoa powder. It's perfect for special occasions like Gina's birthday. It's deep in color and tender crumb make it a visually stunning dessert. So we invited everybody up to have a piece of the cake so we don't get it all. Okay, the ingredients for this cake is 2 cups of all-purpose flour for structure. I've got all of my ingredients laid out here. Thank you, helper Gina. She gets all my things ready together. 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of buttermilk, a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and 2 large eggs from Adams County. We happen to have Doug from Adams County here. He's going to bring me these eggs. So I've got a couple eggs here. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate those eggs. Everybody gets to meet Doug from Adams County today. My father-in-law. All right, continuing on. 2 tablespoons of black cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and black food coloring gel, or paste, the desired shade you would like. The instructions start to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Our oven is heated at 350 degrees. Again, thank you, Gina, for that gesture of getting that oven ready for me. And now I've got to grease the pans. I'm going to use 3 pans to make this cake. I've never made a cake. You generally only see 2 layers. I want to make it 3. And I want to make it flat. I'm going to cut that thing flat because usually when you bake a cake, it rises in the middle. So we're going to see how it turns out. So I'm going to get these pans all sprayed up with the Baker's Joy again. Seems to be a key ingredient to everything that I've been baking. So we're about out. We're going to have to get some more. Watch it stick this time. Our wonderful live audience.
They want to know if you washed your hands.
Did I wash my hands? I don't know. Yes, I washed my hands. You did not see me wash my hands, so here we go. I am washing my hands.
Please. Do you want to smell them? Do you wash them with soap?
Oh, was that soap? I don't know. Yes, it was. It was winterberry ice. Winter. It's not winter anymore.
It's not spring either.
Okay. All right. Let us continue on. Got the 3 round cake pans lined with with the spray, the flour or grease or whatever you want to call it. Got our large mixing bowl here. We've got the softened butter. We've got the sugar in here already. I've got to mix that together until it's light and fluffy. Make sure we got these things in here. Got to check on that helper there. Now we're going to put in the vegetable oil right here. Eggs in there, one at a time. Getting close to doing that with one hand. One at a time for right now. One teaspoon of vanilla extract. We got the vanilla. Came from Mexico. There we go. Need that some more. Get the vanilla and a white vinegar. 1 tablespoon of the white vinegar. Mixing this together now. Okay, now in a separate bowl, we're going to sift the powder. Not sure why, but now we're going to add the black cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of that. 1, 2, good enough. Unsweetened cocoa powder right here. Baking powder. Here's our baking powder. We want to have 1 teaspoon of that. Going to add the baking soda. Need a 1/2 teaspoon of that. Okay, sorry, got to measure in. And then, excuse me. Then we're going to add the salt. Here's my salt. And we want 1/2 teaspoon of salt. All right. Now, my helper did not give me a whisk to whisk that together a little bit. And then we're going to alternate it into our batter. So we begin with the dry and end with the dry. All right, here we go. Now, very carefully, we're going to add just a tiny drop or two. I'm going to start with just a small drop. See how dark it gets. Getting dark. It's not quite there yet. Of course, baking, it's going to probably turn a little bit darker maybe. Alright. Set that over here. And now we're going to pour it into our pans evenly. Need a spatula. Handy dandy blue spatula. All right. All right, now once we got them in the pans, and now we need to put them in the oven, and we're going to bake them in that oven for 25 to 30 minutes. But like I say, with every time, your oven might be a little different. Every oven's a little different. So just kind of watch it. Use a toothpick, insert it into the center, and make sure that it's good and clean when it comes out. Let's put these in the oven.
Right on.
Now we wait for the baking, and I'll be back with you soon. All right, while we're waiting for the cake to bake, I'm going to mix together a little bit of whipped cream cheese. We're going to use this as our icing. I'm going to put a little of the black food coloring in it. The black, make it really dark. So instead of making it homemade, I'm just going to use this Duncan Hines whipped cream cheese frosting. So we're going to start out with a couple. We're going to put it in here and mix it together with the food coloring. All right, we're going to start with a couple drips of this to see how dark we get it. We're just going to whip it in, fold it in together. Try that. Okay, so we put the food coloring in with our cream cheese icing. I do suggest using gloves because my hands are all stained up from the food coloring. So
it looks black. It looks green, but it really is black.
It is black. So we'll get it on the cake. It is dark, very dark. That's for sure. But that's what I was after. I wanted it very dark, very chocolatey looking. So, and then we will start stacking them and adding the icing to them.
This part of the video, Brian forgot to turn his mic back on, but they were getting ready to sing happy birthday to me. And these candles were the candles that once you blew them out, they lit back up. And it took a while to get them out. We eventually had to put them in the sink and put water on them. This part, we're saying thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon.